Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with zero qualifications where we try and solve your complications. I'm Ravs and I'm joined by my friends Harry and Lids, but also this week, special guest Tom.
Woo!
Hey!
It's Tom.
Howdy!
He's back. He's
How
back,
you doing?
baby.
Back, round 2. He just couldn't get enough.
I came back, but I'm not the only special guest this week, am I?
Okay.
Ravs has also brought a special guest.
We're getting right into
Alright,
it.
we're just getting right into it. We've not even asked everyone how they're doing. I guess
I guess
I'll go first. Guys, last night I discovered I have a hemorrhoid.
Oh my god!
You know, just for your weekly Ravs ass update.
How did you discover it? I'm interested.
I went to get into my bed last night and I sat down and I was like, ooh, ooh, like that hurts. That fucking hurts.
What
And I was
kind
like,
of pain?
Just kind of like my bum hole felt like there was something else there, and I was like, that hurts, and I like turned
Not
over.
in a good way.
And I was like,
No.
oh whatever, and I just like tried to roll over, and when I rolled over, I was like, ugh.
Oh my god!
And then I went to my bathroom to go check what's going down in Bumhole Town, and you know, I had a little swollen
Just imagine you
hemorrhoid
just like
ass
leaning
thing.
so far forward, your head goes
Yeah.
through your legs, and you're just like spreading cheeks, like just expecting.
Yeah.
And
straight
this
up
little
your
guy's
bumhole.
there,
So,
just, hello,
There I
Ravs.
am.
Did you get a mirror?
I didn't get a mirror.
Did you take a photo on your phone?
I didn't.
That's
I'm not gonna
horrible.
fucking show. I'm not gonna show
Yeah,
my
but just
bottle
so you can
anyway.
see.
Definitely took
Yeah.
a photo.
There's no photo.
That's
There's
so
no photo.
Someone's gonna hack
risky.
Ravs' iCloud and
See.
Yeah, but I was like, what's going on with this thing? I was like googling it. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck do you do with a
Googled it,
hemorrhoid?
like, it's cancer.
Like,
You have.
what the fuck
What
is
did you
this?
Google? Like
I
weird
was
lump
just
in
like,
bum.
I was like, why my bum hole have lump? It was like
I got a
piles,
lumpy
hemorrhoid,
bum?
and I was like, okay. And I was like, how to relieve hemorrhoid pain? I ordered some cream from Amazon.
Nice.
Did
and
you
then-
order it next day? Was
then-
it like a panic? Like,
It's coming tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow because it was like
Right.
late at night when I went to
Right.
bed, so there was no
Right.
next day delivery.
Right.
And I was just like, okay. Someone was like, you could push it back in and it might help relieve the pain. I was like, okay, guess I'll finger my ass then. And
Okay.
Wowie.
just pushed it back in. It made like a weird squelch. And then
Oh.
I
don't think
wiped-
it's meant to do
can you like
that.
feel it still?
I feel like a little slight. I mean, it's like it's back in there now.
Have you pooped since?
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh really?
Are we
It's
talking?
not
Have we got
too
like
bad.
a big golf ball or a little
No, it's not like a big golf
Malteser?
ball.
Oh
or
yeah,
it's
give us a confectionery
like-
size
It's like
comparison.
you know what, like a Revel, like smaller than a Malteser.
Okay,
Right.
quite slim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slim.
You would notice that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dangling
That's
around.
really fun.
It-
So is that halted pegging adventures?
well, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I'm back on Hinge now. I'm chatting to someone.
Nice.
Is it a rule on Hinge you have to put if you have hemorrhoids in your bio?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a
Legally.
whole,
It's like
a
an
hemorrhoid
STD. You have to like
category.
update people.
it's like a revelation to me though. It happened last night, so I've not updated my bio to be pro hemorrhoid yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Just so I'm
okay.
honest
This
and
is going to
clear.
define Ravs'
But, you know,
personality
this
for the
this,
From this point on, I'm a hemorrhoid guy.
this could halt the pegging adventures.
Yeah.
I'd hate to head it off with someone and then be like, I'm gonna peg the fuck out of you, Ravs, and I'd be like,
No.
you can't peg me. My bumhole's sore. So
Got sore bum
hopefully this cream helps.
Although surely a strap-on is a great way to poke all those hemorrhoids
Oh.
back.
It'll poke it right back
Can
in,
you
but
have
it might
multiple
pull it back
hemorrhoids?
out.
Wait, can you have multiple hemorrhoids on
I
the
know,
go?
can you
Yeah,
have multiple? I
you
think
definitely
so.
can.
It's like a mace.
Yeah, you can get like you can have a bunch of grapes. You know.
I kind of just thought it would
Oh
be
my
something
God.
I would never deal with in my life, but here I am. I wouldn't even say I looked up and it's like you get it from straining. I've not been straining.
They're very
You're
common.
very
common.
very open about it.
I
About
am.
your entire medical history of your hemorrhoids.
I love this.
I'm fine being open.
So many people listening to this podcast will have hemorrhoids right now, and Rav sees you.
Send in your
Ravs
hemorrhoid
understands you.
That's a gift in lots of
Anyway, that's
hemorrhoid
enough about
tips.
my asshole. How are you all doing?
Doing
You-
very well.
doing well?
We have obviously our wonderful guest Tom Clark
Hello.
on the new exciting podcast and role-playing channel Mystery Quest, on which both of you feature.
Wow!
Out
Wowie.
now. Tom, do you want to talk a little bit about Mystery Quest? Tell us what's going down.
We're doing role-playing, and
It's
we've
back, baby.
got a bunch of people playing. People that don't really know how to roleplay or don't really know the rules, but we're having just a great time.
So
And
what,
it's-
which ones are going out first? Remind us. What
We've
what
done some
campaigns
Call of
have you played?
Cthulhu.
Nice.
We played a more
Hell
indie
yeah.
game called Morkborg, where
Morkborg's really cool.
I really like
it's
Morkborg.
super grim, dark, kind of a bit silly,
Yeah.
and It's very deadly. A lot of we've had a lot of deaths already.
It reminds me of Dark Souls, but goofy.
Yeah.
goofy.
Imagine Dark Souls, but like the album cover, like a metal album cover.
Yeah.
If that was a sort of role-playing game.
Amazing.
And
The art style for it's phenomenal as well.
It's
also
great.
really
It's
cool.
really good.
Yeah, if people haven't heard of Mortboard, they should certainly Google it and check it out. Like, the art is wild.
is super cool. It's one of the main selling points of that game.
Can you give us any teasers? And any games that you're really hot to play?
Oh, there's so much. Jeez.
I know
like,
that you're
I've
a guy that constantly wants to play role-playing games.
For years, we've drunk at the pub together,
Yeah.
and have
I think
come
every
to
week
you-
Tom would list me a new role-playing game he wants to play. I know you've got a long back catalogue.
just so many.
What are
I've-
like some big hitters, things you really want to get into?
Jeez, I really want to run something that is not going to be as popular. I think it was in like 2001 they published the Red Dwarf role-playing game, and that just seems hilarious.
Yeah,
to
I
that
feel like
sounds really funny.
that'll do well. That's like a niche sci-fi.
I think it was
nerd
only
thing.
sold for about a year.
Oh shit!
Have you
Okay.
managed to get a copy?
Yeah, I do own a copy. It's one of the pride and joys of my collection.
That's a really fun
Nice.
Because
one.
to buy it now is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's been out of print for 20 fucking years.
Oh shit!
That's
Holy
wow.
shit.
Surprising they actually made one in 2001. That's quite early to make a role. Like,
Yeah, like
some of
it
the IPs have
is
now done a role-playing game. Actually, that's quite early ahead of time.
super niche. But that one, really want to do. Just more Call of Cthulhu is always a hot favourite of
Call of
mine.
Cthulhu
Like
is a
we
great
played a bunch
system.
of it together,
Yeah.
and dragging new people through that game. Just spooky monsters, mysteries, investigation, and everyone going mad. Just a ton of fun.
what-
That's the
Warcraft
one that's
12.
always eluded me. I've never played it. It sounds scary.
I loved
Yeah.
it. That was my favourite.
It was great.
I
I
really
think just
loved
the system
Call of
itself
Cthulhu.
being based around the insanity and that
People losing their mind is
basically being your HP bar. Like in a usual role-playing game, you'd be worried about, I don't have enough HP to fight this goblin. But in this, you're just like, I'm going insane in a
Yeah.
library.
I'm going fucking mad.
I just like early 1900s, like America is kind of just, it's such a trope that everybody gets.
Exactly. It's something that you can easily latch onto. Like if we were saying like, right, we're going to play in 1722 in Berlin. You'd be like, okay, right, what's going on
Yeah.
at
No
that
idea.
stage?
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
has an idea, but you can kind of picture the roaring 20s
Yeah.
in America.
Prohibition.
And even if you're off by like, a decade or two, you kind of get the sort of feel of the
Yeah,
era.
it's after the war, it's fun.
I've never played it, but it feels a little Britishy to me.
Well, I was
like,
about
in
to say because
theme.
we keep all having British accents.
Well,
But that's also
I
kind of
think-
fine. I think for the time period, I feel like there will be a lot of Brits over there, a lot
Exactly.
I guess
of university.
I think it's
people.
because it's like a lot
Yeah.
of stuff based around like fishing villages and stuff, and like librarians, and it's not America.
Yeah.
It's not America to me.
At all. Like, that's not how you picture
America
it.
is
but-
Big Mac.
But none of us are, trained voice actors
No.
or anything like that.
No.
All of the accents are a little bit all over the place.
Bit
And so
wonky.
I think having a few more British people, absolutely fine.
So yeah, right after this podcast, go and follow Mystery Quest on Spotify, on YouTube. Go and give it a download, give it a listen.
There's a podcast, there's a video form. It's a thing.
It's a thing that,
That
exists
does
now.
exist.
And you
Yeah.
have a Patreon and
Wow, just get all the plugs in
Get
right
all-
now.
Whoa, why
Dude,
not?
you're here
Okay,
to plug
right.
things in, right?
Okay,
longer
well,
plugging the
He's
fucking
literally been
hemorrhoids, Tom.
plugging them back
Oh,
in.
Jesus.
Well,
Hemorrhoid
he
cream.
brought up the hemorrhoid, okay? I could have smoothed, I told you this all in privacy. I could have just smooth sailing and sat here and
there was
discomfort.
no way we were going to get through this
we're not
without
gonna fucking ignore
a
that.
lot of
Yeah.
hemorrhoid chat.
Literally,
Yeah.
the elephant in the room is the hemorrhoid poking out of your asshole.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
it's in there. I pushed it back in.
Oh my god.
So how are you guys doing? How's the podcast been going since I was last on?
Been going great. It's
good, yeah.
Been doing just. We've really taken a pegging arc.
I heard, and I was so disappointed
Yeah.
that I've always missed out on
It
pegging.
always feels like we
pegging
had to
chat.
get you back, Tom, to just
Yeah.
give your perspective, your view on pegging. Do you have a pegging take? Do you have a hot pegging take for
pegging
us?
take. You know what? I'm not gonna yuck no yums.
No.
I feel
No.
like
You ever been pegged, Tom?
Hard-hitting questions.
I'm a man of the world, and
man of the world, very
I'll
fair.
explore my body. I'll have someone help me do
Based.
that.
Help
Nice.
get some hemorrhoids back in there.
There we
Yeah,
go.
well, I didn't have hemorrhoids, but maybe I'll try that to
maybe it's the
fix
fix.
that problem.
Wouldn't
up.
recommend.
Nice.
Wouldn't
No.
recommend.
It's
It does
lower
feel,
on my
feel
list.
really
It's a-
karmic. Rav's just dreaming for things to go into his bumhole, that something's come out of his
Oh,
bumhole.
it's poetic.
The
Yeah.
monkey's paw.
Yeah.
Your body is like, oh, you want to poke something in your butt? Here you go. Plop. And that thing just bursts out.
Yeah,
God.
God damn it. Feels bad.
Should we hop into a question? Because we
Let's do a
actually have a question
question.
that's been sat on our question list for a while, but I feel like is kind of mystery questy in nature.
All right.
And might be a fun one to start with.
Okay.
All right, question number 1. Hi guys, if you were in a fantasy world, what abilities would you have? For example, archery, spellcasting, being able to sleep for a minimum of 8 hours. What would be your weapons or magical styles of choice? Also, where would you want to live? In a magical forest, a beautiful mountain, underground cities? So many options. Love the podcast and streams. Moi. What would you choose? What are we going to be? I feel like everyone gets an ability, a place you have to live, and maybe, should we say, a race as well? What fantasy race are you going to be?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All
Need a top 3 of each.
So ability,
Yeah.
race, and what was the other one?
Where you
where we
live.
live.
and where you live,
Okay.
yeah.
So when we say where we live, are we picking like, I want to live in Hobbiton, or are we picking like,
I'm allowing that.
I want to
Sure.
live in a
Yeah,
castle or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
You know. Okay.
Because I feel like my mind instantly goes to high fantasy, but you could go pretty low fantasy as well. Like I love King Arthur legends, which
Yeah.
are fantasy, but they're not.
Yeah, it's not
Elves
elves
and
and
glitter
sky
magic.
ships and fireball
And
all
dragons
the
just
time.
having sex everywhere, and
Those sexy
all
dragons.
that shit that's going on in D&D's world. I don't know. Is there anything you guys would love to be able to do in a fantasy world?
I'd love to be like, I'm not a religious person, but something about like high fantasy religious like cleric. I'd love that. Would be my jam.
You want to be the Pope?
I want to be like armored up with a big mace and a
okay.
shield. I got a holy
Okay.
symbol and
Nice.
stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
smiting heretics. I'm like casting holy bolts. I've got a big glowing mace and stuff.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course,
Nice.
it's
that's
like
right.
a big glowing hammer. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the
a
hemorrhoid
classic.
knight. Yeah.
Heretic.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine that. Rav's big shining knight in a city.
I'd live in like a. I think I'd probably be a city boy. Probably be a city, but like a nice big fantasy city, something like Minas Tirith or something like that, or maybe like a I don't know, maybe a Winterfell type vibe.
That'd
I
be
don't know.
fun.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
that'd
pretty
be
good.
my jam.
I feel like I'd 100% want to be a druid. I feel like reading Animorphs as a kid broke my brain on just like being an animal is the coolest thing ever.
Hold
like,
up. Does that make you a furry, Harry?
I don't know. Maybe
Does
it
that
did.
furry
But
moment?
I feel like I'd rather
I
be like a
think it
little
does.
spider, like be able to
Yeah.
flap and crawl into places.
Would
It's
you
like,
fuck another spider if you could turn into a spider?
and would you fuck in your
Spider
animal
sex is
form?
quite violent, isn't it? Usually, like the man gets eaten.
Yeah.
But you think of like the Black Widow, where she kills him
I
after she
think that's like every
fucks him.
spider. Don't spiders
Oh.
always eat?
Praying mantises do that as well. They eat
Yeah.
the guy's head after they
Yeah, I
get
probably
pregnant.
don't know a lot of fucking in spider form.
Okay.
No.
Probably running away. But I feel like the ability to transform into other creatures is so just broken and amazing.
Okay, which animal do you most want to turn into to have sex as that animal?
Okay.
Which
wow.
which is your which is
Okay,
which
easily
is
seahorse, because you get to give birth as a man, pretty fucking based.
Okay,
Okay.
The
cool,
males
yeah.
give birth, and also when you do give birth, you just spray a million of your offspring just into the ocean, and most of them die.
Harry, would
Most of
you
them
do you
die.
want to give birth?
As a seahorse? Yes. Not
Just
as
as
a man.
okay, I was about to
As a
say
seahorse,
because
because
Jesus.
it's amazing.
Send us your
They're
impreg
like,
Harry
they're like,
fan art.
they're like tiny, they hang on for like dear life. They're like,
sorry,
can you not imagine me as a seahorse just spraying my offspring?
belly just spraying out because they really just like squirt them
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
like-
yeah.
And how does it work? Because you're not. We're saying like you're fucking, but you're not fucking, are you? You're like just.
Well, they don't lay eggs. No, I would
Impregnating
be
the
having
eggs.
sexy seahorse.
Oh, it
sex.
would be like Dick and
Yeah,
Fanny,
yeah. And which
like
they-
straight
they
up
they like
seahorse
twine
style.
their like tails together, and that's how they like coitus.
Yeah, so isn't it like big citation needed on my seahorse sex facts? But so it's the technically the female lays the eggs, but they kind of like lay them
Oh,
inside
is it like a kangaroo
the
pouch
male.
almost?
It's a bit like that,
Oh.
and then the male kind of like gestates them, like they still. It's something along
I
those
mean, Tom,
lines.
we have 0 degrees right here, so whatever you say is truth and gospel.
So I am breaking the rule coming in with my animation degree, which doesn't really make me an authority
yeah.
on
No.
seahorse fucking.
sex.
No, I mean,
Right.
I just think seahorses are pretty dope. I think I've always been disappointed seahorses are so tiny, so maybe I'd want to be like a magical big seahorse. Because most
Okay.
seahorses are like, they're not big.
Like a Seadra king.
Yeah,
what the fuck they called the
Seadra
Pokemon?
from-
Like a
Sea
sea,
king.
like
big
a sea
boy.
king. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a big one.
Big
Yeah.
boy.
I feel like it is always a bit disappointing when you go see a seahorse in an aquarium, and it's just like, well,
Oh.
they're cute, but they're like,
Just like
they're
a
just like
couple of
a
inches.
finger's
Right,
length big. It's
yeah.
not great. Yeah,
where-
being like a magical druid living by the ocean, turning into like different sea
Seahorses.
just
creatures.
fucking seahorses,
And just
mate.
fucking seahorses,
giving
just like,
birth.
long day's work, fucking a seahorse.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like
That's
that.
so that's what you want. That's your
That's my dream.
Your dream.
Lydia. And
What
don't,
happens when
don't
you-
yuck my yum. What
I'm
the
not.
fuck are you
I'm not
doing?
yucking.
Why are you looking
I'm
at
not.
me like it's like got hemorrhoid boy over
just-
here?
How
Hemorrhoid
long-
night,
how
fucking
long-
saving people's bumholes.
How long what would your like seahorse to Harry ratio be? How often would you be a
Oh,
seahorse?
like 1 hour of Harry. I like
1
to have to
hour
like,
of
I like,
Harry,
I like
okay.
inhale a Big Mac, like down like a load of water. You know, it's like you know in that animation where they move so quickly, like they just a cloud of smoke is made behind them.
Yeah.
That's me running back to be a seahorse. To
I like
fuck
that.
those
So you're just
Okay.
fucking running out the sea fully nude.
just seahorses falling off of me.
Into Fantasy Mackie and
yeah.
eating some burgers
Yeah,
and then
just
jumping back
reloading,
in.
reloading,
Yeah.
and going back in.
Okay, what you got, Lids?
Well, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow Harry
Knight and
Hemorrhoid
Harry
Knight
Horse.
and Harry Horse. I mean, when we talk about fantasy worlds, do we always assume that there's some kind of conflict and battle going on? Like,
It could be a
do you
peaceful
have to be
world.
someone
Yeah,
who can
it's
fight?
up to you.
Like,
Yeah.
why can't you just be like a high freaking princess queen living the life
Princess
of
queen,
luxury?
yeah.
I'm really
yeah,
struggling
yeah.
to believe this fantasy world.
Yeah,
like,
Lydia,
is
I
everyone a
don't-
disgusting goblin monster?
It is Rat World.
fucking
We
rat
are-
Rat World.
It is Rat World,
Okay.
and I
Queen of
am
the
their
rats.
queen. I
Rat
am the
queen.
queen of the rats. I don't know. I quite like. I guess
Are you scared of conflict, Lydia? Do you not want to have a? Do you not want to be like a warrior princess?
I don't love it. I've never been in a fight in my life. I don't know how I
No.
would handle.
Only versus stairs.
Only versus stairs, and I've lost every
Gravity.
time. I've lost every time. So
The
I'm a bit.
greatest foe.
Maybe that's it. You'd be like the queen of the moon when there's low gravity, and then,
Oh,
you win.
Queen of the Moon.
It's hard to fall downstairs on the moon.
Well,
Yeah,
exactly.
we'll find a way.
You're just floating around everywhere. God, yeah. I think maybe if I was going to do something a bit more exciting, I would be a kind of Garnet from Final Fantasy IX kind of person, where you can summon these like badass, like
okay.
what they're called, Eidolons,
Nice.
and something like that, because I think that means I don't have to actually do any fighting,
Yeah.
but I have the power to create things that can.
I do feel
really
like those
fuck
kind of
stuff up.
stories always end in you run out of magical juice, and then the peasants with their pokey sticks finally get you.
Oh no! Well,
Also, do you really want to sit through the cutscene of that, summoning that in every fight?
Oh my God.
Because that gets so tedious after a while.
what was the one in Final Fantasy VII where is it you're fighting Sephiroth and it's like Knights of the Round Table? It takes I swear like 10 minutes, and you just
so
and it lasts
long.
and it just never fucking lets up. I think something like that where I'd like to live. I don't know, like a really tranquil forest sounds nice, but also would be really shit because what
you'd
would
be
you
in a forest?
do?
Like it's nice for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I need a shit.
That's why I picked the city. You know,
Yeah.
'cause I got to
yeah.
get to a bathroom real quick every now and then
Well,
to
exactly.
pop
You
something back
actually,
in.
Yeah.
that's a pretty good ability power. Be able to skip other people's cutscenes because in that fucking fantasy world, everyone has an
Oh my
intro
God,
moment, a special
yeah.
move, and just your ability being, "Ooh, I skipped that bullshit.
And the
like,
dialogue, and you're just like,
Yeah, just Xing through.
Oh, that's a good.
Be able
That's
to
a
fast
good
forward
power.
through other people's bullshit. Like that's a really strong ability.
That's a good one.
Tom, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I've always been like, I always like the idea of necromancy. Always
Okay.
seems pretty rad. But I feel like I'd probably be in my happiest element, just being like a classic fantasy giant. Like I live
Nice,
up in the
okay.
hills.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I come down to the village and like steal a big keg of cider that's been
steal a
brewing
cow.
and a cow, and just lumber off as the townsfolk.
Have you
just,
got like a big house like that's to scale that if a normal person would be there, they'd be like, "Oh fuck, that's a really big
Yeah.
stool or whatever."
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Living
But I
on top
don't know
of
if
the
I'm that
beanstalk?
You're not that big.
organised. I feel
Okay.
like I'm just wearing,
Oh, you're
a couple
sleeping
of
on a
bed
hill.
sheets as a loincloth.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's
And,
just still beard. It's just beard.
There's
power.
a lot
nice,
of beards
Yeah.
nice.
and just lumbering around and getting chased with pitchforks and flaming torches every now and again.
Nice.
Do you have
Oh,
creatures
just
who
like
are your
fighting
friends?
off heroes.
Like-
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
yeah,
great.
like have a tree as a club and just be a big mungo.
Where are
Sounds
you
fun.
sleeping at night?
The hills.
Just in the
Just
hills.
the hills.
You
Silent
know,
little
or
hill.
just like in a field,
As
Yeah.
a giant,
Farmers
your,
get
the
up.
rocks are your bed. Do you know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
all lovely. It's all good.
Yeah, I feel like, and my special power is I'm pretty chill with sleeping anywhere. That's it. And just,
Okay, yeah, it's pretty,
pretty nice.
You
Just-
wouldn't be able to get drunk though, because even if they did like a big vat of cider for big old Tom, that's like.
Yeah.
oh,
It's
but
like a
have you
gulp.
seen how big those things are? I guess it depends how big I am.
I'm imagining like how. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot people are listening. I just looked up into the sky. So I'm imagining that.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like
I worry the villagers would quickly run out of cider. And would you need another thing to sate your thirst?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to turn up to the city.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
they'll kill you
I'll be
so
defending
quickly.
the fuck out of that city, brother. Like,
You'll be dead so quick.
Don't look at me for help. I'm fucking seahorses.
Okay, maybe we can make a deal. Like one day I'll come in and I'll do some work. I'll act like a crane or something.
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
like how quick a construction job. Suddenly you've got this like 50 to
I feel
100
like you're
foot
suddenly
guy.
selling yourself for doing a 9 to 5.
It's a
I'll
really
come in
boring
and I'll do a 9
universe.
to 5.
Oh my
and in
god!
return,
Then when I
you'll
get off
give me some
work,
money.
I go to the pub and they have a special giant brewing area. Okay, wait. Now I'm just getting into a day job.
in the giant city.
working the
your
marble
dream
quarry.
abilities. I want to be a construction worker
yeah.
Sure.
and
big.
get beer for it. Okay, that's fine, Tom. It's really lovely to share your dreams.
This
Yeah.
actually feels pretty manageable. I
Dream
could do
big,
that
dream
in this
big.
world and not have to go into a fantasy place.
and not be a giant.
Wow.
Wonderful, wonderful question. What a wholesome question to start on. Would you ever go on the show Naked Attraction?
Fuck no.
Now, there's someone who, because I'm not a regular watcher of Naked Attraction, I do know the show, but someone who has watched it. Do we have anyone who's watched it who wants to explain it? Lydia, do you want to explain the premise of the show so
I've
I
seen
don't
that
mess
show
it
a
up?
lot. Right. So basically, you have a bunch of people who are behind a kind of like a cover, like a door sort of thing, and then you have someone in the middle who is the picker. And step by step, this door rises up, and the people behind it are naked. So you start by seeing their feet, and then their legs, and then their genitalia. To be
How quickly
scientific,
does it go up in like set pieces, like shins?
I think it might
knees,
just
dick?
be straight up fanny dick to start with.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Yeah.
like do you see their feet
Feet?
first,
Maybe
and then it goes
feet?
up to fanny dick, and then it goes up to
And then it's
tits,
chest
and
and
then
boobs,
it's head.
and then it's head. But
Yeah.
basically, how it works is it goes up in sections, and the person choosing eliminates people
At
based
each
on
stage.
those stages. So you might get kicked out because they don't like your dick.
Wait,
or
do they, and the people, this is the bit that I've never known, do the people get to answer questions? Do you like answer them questions, or is it purely...
It's purely looking
Oh
at them.
my
They might
God.
make them do funny stuff like, I love Spanish dancing on a Saturday. Show me your moves. And then these awkward, like, naked
yeah.
torsos will start, like, wiggling around.
Or someone will be cheeky and like, oh, I really like the look of Orange's dick, and then he'll like wiggle it around.
They'll
or
wiggle their
whatever.
little-
Does
Yeah.
anyone just like straight up masturbate? Do they?
Yeah,
No.
they're not allowed. They're not allowed to be hard on live
No.
TV, but some of them like have done a cheeky little like tug to like
Oh, the
keep
little warm up.
a little
just
warm
to,
up
a couple
to make
warm-up
to make
pumps.
a couple warm up pumps to make their dick not look small on live TV.
Right.
That's fucking
I've seen them
crazy.
do that.
I think
Yeah.
at the end, when you can see their face, they ask a question, and then they talk.
Right.
But it's a very bizarre program because it's really like marketed as a very empowering kind of thing. Like they'll have people come off. Let's say you get kicked off because that man did not like your fanny. You come off, and then the women are usually, or the men or whatever, are usually like, I feel really confident. You know, I was never brave enough to show my body, and I'm really proud of myself for doing this. And it's like
Oh, that's
you
nice.
just got rejected because he's
Because of your gross
your
fucking
gross
vagina.
Like, how on earth has that given you confidence? And now the whole world has seen it. I just don't understand.
To me, it is like a nightmare. It's a night. It is like I would have a nightmare about
But-
being on that show. Like it is just the worst thing imaginable. Like being naked on live television. Just like watch
So
it.
humiliating.
It's gotten kind of harrowing because, like, our generation's getting older now, so these are the type of people that are on the show, and we were watching it at like Thanksgiving, and it came up, and I was like, that dude's got a fucking huge dick, and I went up further, and there's like a Togepi tattoo on him. I was like, bruh.
That totally is a giant
I was just like,
different
this is so weird, man.
Oh my
I
God.
just can't see someone with a Togepi tattoo and
That's
a big
nuts.
massive dick of Prince Albert. Like through me, I was like,
So,
existential crisis.
I know someone that was on that show.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Wait, is that the? Do we?
It was someone that we both
Yes.
have met. Someone that
Do you
used
know
to.
what? They were the exact type of person that I think is needed to go on that show.
It's the kind of person you'd expect to be on that show.
Yeah.
Right. Guy or girl?
It was a
Girl.
girl. Like a little more alternative. In person, I don't think I would have ever guessed that they would be the person that would have gone on it.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way you describe it, of like, after showing your bits,
Yeah.
being like, I feel so empowered now.
They were entirely that.
Yeah.
I think they
And
have. I think they're told that they kind of have to be positive because if it's like,
If they're like, oh
I
my
feel
God, please.
devastated.
My life is over. I'm ruined.
But like,
Did she? Sorry, can I just ask? How far did she get?
She made it to the point where they were talking to each other.
I think there was like drama.
So to the end.
I don't watch the
No,
show,
they-
but
yeah,
I
they
remember
went-
there was like drama about that person being on the show. They did like, they either like were,
Well, maybe.
I don't want to say enough that they could be pinpointed on who it was.
Yeah.
But equally, we don't know them that well. They were an interesting person, to say the least.
Yes.
And I think that show attracts interesting people. I don't know if I could ever go on it.
I
feel
could
like,
never do it.
Jeez, definitely not.
Oh my God, no.
If not, what's the price tag then? Because everyone has a price.
I don't know, I feel-
Everyone has a fucking price.
I feel like I'm a very confident person, but like with my clothes off, I am not. I'm like a Greek statue. You know, the little tiny cock, a little bit chubby,
Hemorrhoid.
just like
Hemorrhoids.
single hemorrhoid.
Oh, no.
They spin me around.
Please pay me tramp stamp.
You know,
I think it's something so like humiliating the way that it goes up bit by bit
Yeah,
and sort
and
of
the- and look
starts with like the most embarrassing bit
But
and
also
they're
the
all
fact that you
looking
get
at
knocked
it.
out, the fact on your like just your dick. Your dick is like you lost because your dick. 'Cause
Yeah.
your dick, you had bad dick
She
game.
didn't like your dick, so she
didn't like your
voted
dick
you
and
out.
that was it. You're
like,
out.
oh my God,
Like you had shitty feet. Like what the fuck? I can't change my feet. Do you know what I mean? Like
Very
what the fuck's
true.
going on?
it's
Like
so embarrassing. I was in hospital once, one of my many day trips.
Really?
And I had a little like TV. It's fine. It's fine. I had this little TV and I was watching something and then got whatever. I was just on my phone and bored and I really was really hungry and a few hours went by and I asked the nurse and she came in and I was like, I haven't eaten in like 24 hours. Is it okay if I have a sandwich or something? I'm really hungry. And she had this like really weird expression on her face. And then she left and I was thinking, all right, well, that was weird kind of thing. And then I looked.
Could she see your disgusting vagina?
my God,
and she just wanted to kick you out of
And
the
she
hospital.
kicked me out. She kicked me out. I had to go up to the presenter and tell him I was really grateful for the opportunity. And, I'm feeling really confident.
I can't get her a sandwich. Her fanny's minging.
Gross. I'll get the sandwich to the person in room number 4.
You already got some roast beef there, mate.
Oh, nice. Continue, sorry.
No, it was just that the TV had like just kept running and I hadn't noticed. And when I looked over, it was just a bunch of, I think it was like women in their 60s fannies.
Oh, what the
just
fuck?
like
Okay.
jiggling because they were like being told to dance or something. So she'd come in and that's what I've got on my TV. And I didn't realise. It was like, oh God, that's really, that's a shame. That's a real shame, that is.
Well, they sometimes put plants in these shows as well from like other TV shows. So there was like this like Pensioners Gone Wild show that was on the episode we watched at Thanksgiving, and there's like someone was like, oh my God, she's like from OEP's Gone Crazy in Benidorm, and it was like this old ass lady that had like a fucking.
sorry, what is that show?
OAP's
you
gone
said that show so
wild.
casually. Like,
OAP's Gone Wild in Benidorm.
that
Oh, I
show sounds
love it.
amazing.
That's my
Our
favourite.
friend Kat told me about this show.
Okay, right.
Kat Strike
loves
was telling us
trash
about it.
TV.
She was like, oh yeah, you ever seen that show, Pensioners in Benidorm? What the fuck it's called? And there was this lady on it that had like this vajazzled. She was like old lady with vajazzled like gemstones all over her
Was
fanny.
it like an old guy picking, or was this like, are we doing like
no,
intergenerational
it was like
relationships?
it was like a
here?
younger guy, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I thought
Yeah.
they're usually around the
Oh, it was
same
like
age.
mid-age. It was like mid-age person.
Right.
Yeah, but it was like felt like such a plant or advertisement
Do you
for
think
another.
that actually is like a good way to start your relationship? Like any relationship, I feel like formed on television is instantly like fucked. Do you know, it's instantly
Yeah.
like.
Surely it
but, like,
never works
sure,
out.
Yeah, surely is there anyone who's like, we've got 17 kids
It's
and it's going great? Like,
Very rarely. Like sometimes there's like one Love Island couple or whatever. But
Yeah.
considering the amount of shit that they pump out, that the rarity. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot the end. In describing the TV show, I forgot the end bit. Right, sorry. So when the person gets picked, right, the person who is picking has to take all their clothes off and come out and be naked. So they're both just
I
naked
thought
together.
They were naked the entire time as they were picking.
Oh no, they're
Yeah.
dressed. They're dressed. And then they take off their clothes and then they walk off holding hands butt naked and they go for a date.
Instantly.
I don't know. I mean, that's how it shows on the.
No.
Are
I
they naked
think-
on the date?
No, they are clothed because it's in public.
Right, okay. Well, they could go to a nudist beach.
They could go to a nudist beach,
Come on.
but it's usually like a bar or cafe or something.
Right.
I
But
don't
that feels very tame after literally meeting each other naked.
naked.
Although I guess like it's the ultimate icebreaker, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. True.
But I don't
like
know.
you've definitely got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, like clearly you
What's
have
that
some
thing on
issues
your
that you
dick?
can-
Why does your dick look so fucking weird?
What's up with
I
that?
picked you because I just had to ask.
What's that hanging out of your bunghole?
Okay, so would none of us go on it then?
It would have to be for an extraordinary
Okay,
amount of
I mean,
money.
do you think us doing our online jobs would change that? Like, if we didn't do
I
online
was
quizzes,
like-
I feel like that changes it. If you are just like, whatever, some random person, member of the public, and you just go on a show, and that's like your moment of fame, and then you never really, you're not infamous. You're never going to get harassed about it. You're never going to be an online person. No one's going to be able to find you or contact you about it. You can kind of just meld back into anonymity.
But what about the people you work with, though?
Oh, but I feel like some offices being like, oh, Dave, you got his cock out on TV.
Yeah, I think it depends on
There's like some camaraderie ship behind that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, if not us then, who in the Yogscast would be most likely to go on Naked Attraction?
Lewis.
Oh
no,
my-
I fucking wouldn't.
Lewis.
No,
No.
way.
Do you reckon we could get Lewis to go on it and be the guy who picks, but not tell him about the end?
No, because they,
Oh my god, okay, wow.
because they have to get
that
naked at the end.
I
Yeah.
can see Lewis doing
I feel like
it.
Pyrian would happily.
Oh, okay.
He's quite a proud.
Dude, I can almost see Perrion in the studio. Like, and in my mind palace right now, I'm seeing Perrion like a tube going up and PFAX just standing there, cock out.
Oh my God.
I
Are
think
you?
he's a confident guy.
Yeah.
He's a
confident
very
boy.
confident guy. It requires
Yeah.
some confidence, I think, to get in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. He does be so confident
Perrion,
to do that
maybe
show.
Perrion.
Pyrian and,
I think Pyrian's a
and
hot
Lewis.
choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it's like a sleeper. Maybe it's like Matt Toffolo. He's already on it. He's done it 5 times. Matt Toffolo's an
It just
addict.
keeps going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
He just keeps getting kicked off because of his feet. Just his disgusting
gets
weird
past
feet.
the
He's just
feet.
every
Desperate
round.
to show off his Doctor Who TARDIS cock, but
Oh
it never
my
gets
god!
past the feet stage.
No, it's the fucking the magic screwdriver, or whatever it's called.
Justice for Matt. We'll get it
Sonic
trending.
screwdriver, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Context, we don't know if Matt has been on Naked Attraction.
No, he definitely.
Pretty sure he
I don't think he
hasn't.
has. Don't harass him over this.
Really like this
We
guy,
love
but he
you,
just
Matt.
keeps squeezing his cock and making a Sonic noise.
Oh no.
Keeps trying to open doors with his dick.
No. No, the Doctor Who fan. No.
No, I think for cash, I'd do
Cash,
something.
how much?
I don't think I'd go on that show. You see, I think I'd be fine at some point. Just
All right,
you know.
what about that? What's the Naked and Afraid? Is that the survival one? Would you do that when you
I
get dropped
think,
off?
okay, I think I'd more likely do Naked and Afraid.
What's
Yeah.
that?
It's where it's 2 survival people. Generally,
Can I say that show is
generally.
one of the most like well-produced TV shows. It's just like they got it. They got all of it down. They
it's-
nailed it.
They get dropped. You're surviving. You only get like a couple of items to take with you, but also you're naked. And it's like generally there's like a man and a woman who are surviving together.
Right.
And also like when they first land, it's funny to see how quickly like the different groups sometimes they'll instantly just find leaves to
Cover
make
themselves.
underwear before they're doing any kind of
I feel like
you
that
know,
would be
getting
the
water.
instinctual thing, wouldn't it? Like,
But
ooh.
there are other people who are just like, fuck
I
it,
have to make a
right,
fire
we need to get
immediately.
water, we need food,
Yeah,
we need
yeah,
shelter, and then they've got to like survive for as long as possible. And so it's got this reality TV,
it's
the
pretty,
survival
it's pretty
aspect.
shit, but it's like
the
very
naked.
It's
it's
very like
entertaining.
crafted.
Yeah. So you'd rather go on
and
that? Sorry.
I think
and-
something like that would be better.
But also,
or...
that's like the naked part is removed very quick. If you're anxious about that, it is like they get one frame, motherfucker, and then
Yeah.
my hand is on my dick,
yeah, exactly.
and I'm grabbing leaves. Like,
But they edit it in such a way that you don't really ever see stuff.
Right.
I don't see too much. No.
Whereas Naked
and
Attraction is just full on.
It's just yeah.
full.
Isn't it on at like 5 p.m. on like Channel 4?
No,
or something?
it's got to be
Is
after
it?
Watershed.
No,
It's got to be
yeah,
after Watershed,
yeah,
after
yeah.
9. Okay, the TV executive storms in right now, 100 grand on the table. Come on an episode of Naked
No,
Attraction.
I would want to be in like I want something classic. I want to be on like Game of Thrones as like a naked
Oh,
extra.
right,
Is it naked
okay.
ogre?
Yeah. Like you know,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
the
yeah.
brothel scene or something, and there's,
Okay, yeah,
there's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Or like
oh,
one-
which of
one of the
these
Mungos in
gentlemen would you
300?
like? Yeah,
I
one
want to
of,
be a mungo. I'll be a mungo in the back with my dick
yeah,
out.
and just me lumbering in the background,
God.
just my cock swinging around. Something like
We
that.
can make these dreams happen, Tom.
That,
we can
that
make
would
these
be,
dreams
I
happen.
think, the
You do that
nicer
for
way.
free.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I do that.
Yeah,
I'd
it's a
pay
frame.
to do
What was it
that.
like in The Boys, that weird sex club in The Boys where
Something
they all,
like
use their
that.
superpowers to fuck?
I would do that. I would do that.
Because it's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think something a bit weirder, a bit goofier.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, objectively, you're not like it's the thing with negative distraction is literally you're in the spotlight. You are that is the content.
The
You
whole
are
focus.
The
Yeah.
whole raw focus of that show is
All of it.
everyone's just looking at your dick.
And
most
judging
people in the
it.
studio, not just Dave the cameraman, not the director. Everyone at fucking home is just looking at your dick and going, "That's a shit dick."
You got
Like,
a bad fucking
you got-
cock.
you got-
I wouldn't pick that
I
cock.
would have picked a cock. I think it's crazy you got on the show with a cock like that. Like, you know, sucks. Like,
Holy shit.
wonderful. Should we move on?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's leave this terrible place.
Hi guys. What is the appeal of corn? I get corn syrups and such, useful for cooking, but corn on its own, we can't fully digest it. It doesn't taste good. The texture's weird. It gets stuck in my teeth more than other food. Why are people so crazy about corn? The only good thing is it is the ease of eating it, since it comes in compact on a stick and it's cheap. But there's other cheap food which are better on all fronts. Do you feel the same way? Are there any other food takes you have like this?
I thought this was going to be a thing about porn because that's what
Yeah.
people say corn on the internet does not
No,
get
it's about
demonetized.
corn.
It's literally about corn. Okay.
Holy shit, corn's fucking great.
I love corn.
I disagree with this person so much. Corn is one of my-
Violently.
This person's an idiot.
corn is one of the happiest foods.
I
It's
love
just
it.
cute, it's sweet, it's friendly,
It's
it's
delicious.
crunchy.
And if there was one amongst us that didn't like corn, God, I'd say that
Yes,
person's a
I
mega
love,
dummy.
I love corn.
Ravs, do you not
No,
like corn?
I
Do you
am.
not
I am
like
the Among Us
corn?
in this room. I actually do like corn, but I don't rate it super high.
What?
I don't rate it
It's
super
the-
high.
Like it's like it's
I
the
don't
most
get
above
the
average
fuss.
food because
It's
just
so
there's nothing
good.
bad about it.
I don't get the fuss about it. You know, I like sweet corn's nice here and there. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of sweet corn, but like corn on the cob, I'm like, it's like probably
Corn on the
lot.
cob, like a barbecue or something. It's just amazing with
Butter,
butter.
Some butter, some salt.
The butter and salt,
A
yeah.
little bit of char.
But it gets like stuck in
Oh my
you.
God,
It does
it's-
get stuck in your teeth. And granted,
just-
I do like biting into it and fucking ripping it off
because you're
and shit.
fucking
That's
eating like an animal
satisfying.
because it's so nice.
It's a
It is
fun thing to eat.
Actually, you know what? Your corn is pretty good. Actually,
It's fucking great.
It's fun
but
to
I'm
eat.
not like pecking it first. You know what I mean? If I'm getting like a fucking
I don't,
side
if
at
I was at a
KFC, I'm
pub
like,
and they
give
were
me
just
the
selling
corn.
sticks of corn on the cob, I would just be like, fuck it. I'd be eating corn every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd be
Feels-
super,
I'd be shitting yellow.
You'd be
Yeah.
super into that.
Yeah, fuck
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm just not super hot on it. I like it, but it's not like up there on my. It's not like high on my list.
It's
you know.
disappointing for me, Ravs. It's
Yeah.
very
Have
disappointing.
we got any other weird food takes?
Yeah, what are some weird food
I mean, we
takes?
already have the food should be wider, not taller.
Yep.
Take
We're
that's
an
not.
anti-vertical food podcast, Tom.
Yeah. Wide,
Yeah, no,
wide,
I,
not
no,
tall.
I
So,
definitely
like,
agree with
any
that.
burger, just I want more ingredients, wider,
Longer,
not high.
flatter.
Yeah, like I like a real kind of smushed burger.
Yeah. Low profile food so it fits in my fucking mouth.
Steak,
is,
steak,
Yeah.
steak
is
check.
good.
Steak check. What do you get your steak cooked at?
Medium rare.
medium
medium
rare.
Well, I think it depends on the cut of steak, really,
That'd be fair.
because like a ribeye, you can take a little bit further.
Yeah.
But if you've got a sirloin, you probably want that on the rarer side, right?
Yeah. That
and
is
so
true.
depends on the type of steak you're eating.
Okay, so no weird takes on that.
Do we have any tomato haters? Tomato hating, I feel like, is the most common
I'll eat.
hatred of
I'll eat some tomato for a burger.
Ravs, why are you such a fucking hater?
No, I'm not. I'm not
that
a hater.
hating?
I'm not a hater.
You're
I'll
hating
eat it.
on
I'll-
tomatoes,
I'll,
on sweet
I'll
corn?
eat it if it's on a burger. But if I'm making a burger, ain't putting tomato in.
I think if tomato's already in the burger, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But if I'm choosing to put a slice of tomato in, I probably would.
That's fair.
I don't like
Yeah.
it when it goes warm, you know?
Like if it's warm, although it depends on how thick it is. If
Yeah.
it's a real
Yeah.
thin slice,
I think that's
great.
okay.
Yeah,
it's when
yeah.
it's too thick.
It's when you get those like centimeter
But
thick.
that's the same with
chunks.
onion. I like onion in a burger, but just putting a fucking layer of
Yeah.
fucking onion. I don't want an onion burger. Like
It's
No,
too much.
it's
agreed.
crazy.
I fucking hate mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm not a big mushroom fan.
I'm not a
to be
mushroom
honest.
guy.
I used to not like mushrooms, and I just started fucking cooking them and eating them. And turns out you just basically put garlic with them, as with everything.
With
And
any food is
and
better
garlic
with
is just
garlic.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
I like mushrooms, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just not a fan. It's like the texture, and I don't know. There's like a million of them, and I'm fungus and all that shit freaks me out. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm not a
get-
big fan.
I don't like the big ones, you know, like it'd be
No,
like a
like a
stuffed
porcini
mushroom.
mushroom or
Yeah,
something.
they're kind of, that's a bit too much mushroom for me.
What's the really fancy one? People have it as like a steak and shit. Is it portobello? Is that like the fancy
Maybe that's
mushroom?
the one.
Yeah.
I would try that. 'cause
I'm quite sold with them. I think you can convince yourself. I was
Oh,
like,
definitely,
I just not
like-
being like my quest was like, I just not being a baby and not eating something.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. Just grow up.
Don't
grow
be a
up, yeah.
baby.
and just
Well, yeah,
eat a
like-
nice version of
Yeah.
it,
If
and then
it's-
you'll be like, "This is delicious."
If it's in like a spag bol or like a fucking chicken and mushroom pot noodle, which is the best pot noodle, funnily enough, I know.
I agree, I agree,
And
I
those are
agree.
real
know.
mushrooms. Those are
Yeah,
real
real
mushrooms.
fresh.
They're definitely real mushrooms, but it's the best pot noodle. I'll eat them, but like I'm not like I'm like never ordering a mushroom ever. I'm like, garlic mushrooms? No. There's mushrooms in this? No. Not for it.
But then I feel like you just
I agree.
I feel like those like limitations you set yourself because you don't like foods, then you just don't get to experience so many other things.
I don't think I'm that fussy though. And also like a lot of vegan stuff, which is great, is often based off of mushroom stuff. And as long as I don't know that I'm eating mushrooms, I'm like all good with it.
Oh jeez,
Yeah.
I'm the same. Like
Yeah.
a baby.
The only
Like
thing
a
that I
fucking
find,
child.
like a baby.
You have to hide it. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, like a dog giving a
Yeah.
tablet to a
Yeah.
dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the food I find weirdest, I don't dislike it, but I find it odd is tofu. I feel like tofu just
I just fucking love
I quite
tofu.
like
Once you get
tofu,
into it,
yeah.
soak it in some soy.
Like
do a
the
bit of
salty.
frying on it.
Get it nice and crispy.
It's mushroom logic.
Ooh,
It's just like it's just a thing. It's a body for other things.
Yeah.
Like, if you make a food body for other things, then it's fine. But I feel like tofu, there's something about the block of it that kind of grosses me out. It's fine when it's in the food, but just like looking at the wet, soggy block of
Yeah.
What food do you think's overrated? Because I'm like, I
that's a hot.
might get a mob after me.
What is yours?
Pizza. I love.
That is the
look,
worst taste.
Your boy,
This is filled with bad
No,
taste.
no.
Hey guys,
Hear me
I
out.
think breathing air is fucking lame.
Look, your boy fucks with a nice pepperoni pizza now and then, but I'm like, people go crazy about pizza, make it their whole ass personality. I just love pizza. Like I'm just like, it's all right. It's all right. I can take or leave a pizza.
Okay.
I can take.
Italians are leaving. They're,
Oh my
I
God,
can
they're
take. I
screaming,
can
they're
take.
crying.
Well, I mean, I'm also lactose intolerant, so it's like kind of just it's like I'm saying I have to sign up. I have to sign a contract with the devil every time I eat.
Right.
Okay,
Wow.
that changes it. doesn't
yeah.
it? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, pizza is
Gluten-free,
cheese
vegan
enjoyer,
cheese, like,
as a lacto Chad.
Yeah, well, not a
Lactate child.
genetically weak human.
I enjoy pizza a lot. I say pizza is like not overrated. It is truly one of the best food
Fucking love
stuffs.
pizza.
Pizza's
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
Oh, nice, good Italian one, sure.
All right.
But
I think that, and I'm saying this before everyone goes, that I really enjoy this food. I fucking love this food, but I still think it's overrated in the sense that people will say, oh, I'd be vegetarian, but I could never give up this. And it's always bacon. And I like bacon, but I
Yeah.
don't understand why people go they revere it as like the
that's what I
godlike
think
food.
about pizza. That's what I think about
The
pizza.
thing is, how often do you even fucking eat?
I don't even have
I don't
bacon
even
that
eat bacon
often.
that fucking often.
No.
Not that
But
often.
people are like, I couldn't be vegetarian. I couldn't give up bacon. It's like, but what about burgers? And there's so much other things that I'm much more.
I feel like bacon is the one that you can picture its taste in its purest form. Because generally you
Yeah.
have bacon like on a plate as
Yeah.
like a portion, not mixed in with
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
like in a
Whereas
breakfast.
steak you could have in a million different sauces,
Yeah,
styles,
yeah.
ways. Other meats in a massive
I would
variety.
miss
Whereas
the BLT. I'd be sad to lose the BLT.
that
Yeah.
Love a
bacon
BLT.
flavor, I feel like, is like
It's nice.
purer across almost everything it's
Yeah.
used in.
It's just salty, which is lovely. I
Salty
love
and smoky,
salty
yeah.
food. I love
Yeah.
salty food. I do really like bacon. This is just in terms of being overrated.
No, I
slightly.
think bacon might be slightly overrated. I think I agree.
I can see where you're coming from.
Controversial.
I feel like I feel like chips or French fries are slightly overrated. Like,
Wowie.
well, I feel like so many times I get chips with like takeaway or oven chips or whatever. It's kind of disappointing. Like,
They
I don't-
can be
I
shit,
feel
to
like,
be
I feel
fair.
like most chips I eat. From
Actually,
just anywhere. And there's very few times I sit down and have chips and I'm like, that was a fucking great.
Those were
that was a great experience.
Those were the best.
Like, they're always okay or good, but I feel like I'm usually just slightly disappointed. I'm like, okay, well, it was the sauce or the other things that was making it live.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as of uses of potatoes, roast potatoes, like,
Oh, 100%.
I fucking just
yeah.
like-
roast potato.
The
Like there's so
fucking
many
best-
just better ways to do
the
potatoes.
chips are just kind of like it's a go-to addition to another bit of food that I just feel like it's kind of shit.
What about fish and chips?
Those are again like it varies. Some fish and chip shops amazing,
Yeah.
they'll be the best ones you ever have.
Really,
and then
really
some you'll just be
good.
like,
Not a
this
single
is
good one in
literally
Bristol.
oil. Like this is the
Yeah, I've
grossest
found a
one
good one in
ever.
Bristol.
Super oily.
not a good one in Bristol.
No, there aren't really any.
Which is weird because like by the water and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also another crazy one from me. I'm like just full of bad takes today.
Is it another cheese-based one?
No, it's roast potatoes.
I will not stand
no,
for that.
No. Again, I'm
Anyway,
not.
so Tom is the new.
I-
He's so wonderful.
I like roast potatoes, but I don't get why people are always like, "Oh,
Because they're
it's the
fucking
best
incredible."
potato form." I'm like, no, it's
So
not.
I made a whole bunch of roast potatoes. I make them every Sunday, and like when you get that methodology down,
Oof.
they are just like
The
Oh my God.
gravy.
like you just all the little strats, and
There's-
it's a fucking process. But by the end of it, you have what is basically just a better chip.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
It's
incredible.
crisper,
Better,
fluffy.
tastier. Always make extra because
Yeah.
they're still delicious cold.
Yep.
Like,
I'm like a baby
Love it.
potato man. That's like if
Oh my god!
prime
Oh,
potato.
baby
Yeah.
potato
Yeah,
over
it's
roast
so good.
potato.
What's happening?
Wow.
So
What
good.
is
Podcast is
wrong
failing.
with
It's
so
your
good.
taste
It's so
buds?
nice and
Oh my
soft.
God.
The skin is good.
I'm honestly minded that
It's
we've
like
got
the
so many episodes
worst.
for you to
You guys
admit this.
crazy. They're great.
It's like the worst type of potato is baby
It's like the
potato.
most boring
it's
potato.
The boringest
What? It's not
type of
boring.
potato.
Mashed potato is the
It
most
As a bunch
boring
of white people,
potato.
it's the most white people
No,
potato.
dude.
So
no,
dull.
mashed potato is the most white people potato.
No,
Come
that's
on.
a
No,
process.
mashed potato is good. When it's done well,
And
mashed
can be
potato is lovely.
delicious.
It's like
that is
buttery.
that is a
and
lame ass
You're
potato.
a
You're an
psychopath.
idiot.
Baby potato is fucking great.
It's making me think
Yeah.
that you've never had a good roast potato before.
Yeah.
I have. I had like nice crispy fucking goose fat cake one, but like I don't know, just like
fluffy. Oh,
And you
I don't
didn't
know.
love
I
it.
don't
It's
fucks
just,
with it
roast
that
potato,
hard.
it's just doing all the best things that potatoes do in one potato. Like it does the fluffy bit, it does the crispy bit.
Salty.
I do want to eat that one they do on TikTok. It's like the 100-layer super
Oh,
crispy.
okay,
potato.
yeah.
wow.
I want to
Yeah,
eat that.
yeah,
That looks
yeah.
fucking
That thing
good.
does look nice.
That's like a roast potato I could fuck
Oh no, you'll
with.
just be eating your fucking baby
Yeah.
potato. Just imagine now, just finishes his stream,
I
he just
love
pulls
it.
over a giant bowl of baby potatoes.
Oh.
No sauce, nothing.
Boiled up
Just
potato.
boiled baby potatoes.
No,
God,
nice little bit of butter and
so
stuff.
bland.
They're nice and
I'm
soft.
not saying they're
No,
bad, but I'm
yeah.
saying that's a crazy take.
That
That's
is
a crazy fucking
That's
take.
legitimately crazy.
I don't know.
What's your most hated food stuff, Tom?
Okay, like I've been ridiculed in the past for this, and I've upset Lydia. But
Oh, I know what it is.
you know what?
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Hot drinks fucking suck. I just cannot enjoy a hot drink. I don't get it.
Not even like a mulled wine or a cider, mulled cider.
I'd say once every year or two, I might have a hot drink as a very one-off special occasion.
Yeah.
You know, you go to a Christmas fair and you have a mulled wine or a mulled cider. But daily drinking a hot liquid, I just don't.
I kind of do agree with Tom.
Because you don't drink tea or
don't-
coffee
Whoa,
either, do you?
okay.
I drink maybe like 2 teas or coffees a week.
Wow, like you-
like max, like nothing. Like I don't. And most of the time I like leave it until it's like lukewarm, and then I'm like, lovely.
It's not my daily routine, but I think they're great. Like I fuck with a
I find
coffee.
just,
Like,
it's
in
so
the
frustrating. You're like,
winter?
it's
Yeah.
too warm, it's burning your mouth, and then like I don't enjoy the. I'm with Tom. I don't enjoy that feeling, that process.
I just don't find it is like thirst quenching or
No.
enjoyable in any way. Like I'd rather like ice cold than even lukewarm.
I do prefer cold drinks, but like nice little pumpkin spice
Have
when
you
the
tried
fall
one of
is
those ice
coming.
cold coffee
Yeah.
things? Like, because I guess you're not a coffee drinker.
No, like I don't hate coffee, but I
Yeah.
don't love it.
Do you like coffee cake?
Yeah, like if you put coffee in stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
like it can be absolutely delicious.
Because
But
I love coffee as a flavor, but again, yeah, just drinking coffee is like, this is
just don't.
You can get like a
super-
delicious little iced coffee in the summer. It's really hot, and you just have a little iced coffee.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's a cool
nice.
drink.
But
That's
it's a
cool
cold
That's
drink.
cool
Like, yeah,
drink,
that'd be fine. It's not the flavor. It's
Yeah.
the premise of hot drinks in general.
But like it's a cold day in
You're sitting like-
January in your flat. You're really chilly, and you make yourself a lovely warm cup of tea, and and it warms you up inside.
It's cool. Put a fucking jumper on,
I think
Lydia.
you just put a jumper on.
You're dying.
Well, la dee da, Mr. fucking posh boy.
Mr. Jumper.
You have a cold,
yeah.
sniffly, and you get a little lem sip, and you make a lem sip. It's nice and
I mean, I
hot
do
and
hate lem
lemony.
sips.
And you
Well, I
hate
feel
lem
like,
sip?
Yeah, they taste like ass.
Wait,
It's like
I
lemon,
I feel like you would have a
delicious
delicious-
paracetamol.
Let's test the theory then, because I really like soup.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
big
love
advocate of
soup's
Have you
fucking
got a
great.
problem with soup?
Yeah,
Would
love
you
a
ever
soup.
drink soup out of a mug?
I would drink soup out of a bowl.
Do you?
But
Do
wait,
you?
wait, is it a mug? Are we getting to the point? Is it a mug phobia?
Now,
Oh my God.
I
Oh
my
think,
God,
I
you've
think
got
it's,
mug phobia.
My brain is saying that soup is food.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
fine.
What if I
to-
gave you a mug of soup?
Then I
would
probably,
put it in a bowl.
but then it would still be a food, and brain would
Yeah,
be fine
yeah.
with that because I'm eating. I'm not drinking.
What if it's like a blended, like only liquid soup?
Like tomato soup. There's no
Yeah,
chunks, just
no
smooth.
chunks, just
Cream of
smooth.
tomato.
But you know, I like if I got
Yeah.
a soup, I'm dipping something in it.
Right,
I
Actually,
like,
that's
yeah.
the whole joy of
and
having a soup.
mixing and matching.
Yeah.
You could dip a biscuit into your tea.
Well, that's true. Yeah, maybe.
But then you eat an entire pack of biscuits.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like that's easy.
Plus, there is biscuit tea now. Yorkshire tea does a biscuit tea that tastes like biscuits.
I love that tea.
And it's fucking delicious.
It's really good.
It sounds so sweet.
It's not.
It's yummy.
It tastes like a digestive biscuit. It's fucking
Crazy.
It's tea
good
that
shit.
tastes like
I
food.
do feel like tea people are a little bit like kind of no offense to you, but like cat people, they do go a little bit crazy. And in the same way that I'm a dog person now,
dare you.
like there is like an obsession that comes with being a hot drink drinker that I just don't.
Oh
I
my
don't,
God,
I
yeah,
don't
they
feel like
just-
I need to associate with or want to
I
associate
did have a
with.
wanky tea era. I had like a glass.
You
I had a
say
glass
so.
teapot. I went to like Whittards of Chelsea. I got really into like loose leaf
Fancy
teas. I would like
bitch.
make myself tea. I have my little glass teacup. I'd
Oh
sit
my
and drink
God.
teas all the
Fucking hell.
time. I was into my rubus and my fruit teas and everything. I was
hate those.
so
Okay.
into it.
What the fuck are you
I
saying?
had my tea era. It was fucking great.
So glad we didn't meet then.
I know.
Yeah.
Insufferable.
Well, I was living in Scotland. You guys knew me. I just was
You
just
kept
sipping
it
my
secret.
tea.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Your
Yeah.
dark
Some things are
secret.
better not said, Ravs.
Yeah.
I'm very open.
Wow.
Well, we know.
Okay.
We know, Ravs. Everyone
Very
knows.
open.
Okay.
I think on that note, it's probably about time we should wrap up. We've been going for quite a while.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank
Thank you,
you
Tom.
for having me. And, you know, I love that you can look past my big brain, degree owning body.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I'm just so smart. And
So smart.
do want to, you know, ruin the dynamic of, you know, three uneducated
Fucking idiots.
just dunguses, you know, as a scholar.
I know, absolute intellect, might. We're going to check out Mystery Quest.
Yep.
Give it a little follow, give it a little subscribe,
On
give it a
this-
listen.
all places podcasts are available and YouTube.
Yeah.
Huzzah!
Is that's the call to action?
That was-
That's it. No, I
That's
like it.
passion in there. Wow.
Sound more enthusiastic
Oh my
about your own
God.
It's
project.
Tom. What do you expect? Come on.
How enthusiastic
I
I
actually
am.
wanna say enthusiastic.
I'll watch it if you
Gotta
want
be.
to. Some shit. I don't know.
We'll catch you all next time.
Oh yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.